All right. I think we're back on track. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the April meeting of the City of Franklin Municipal Planning Commission meeting. I will now call to order, which in our new experience here, we'll have a roll call vote for the call to order. So Marcia Allen. You're muted still, Marcia.
Present.
Present, thank you. Mr. Franks?
Present.
Mr. Harrison?
Present.
Mr. Lindsay?
Present.
Ms. McLemore?
Present.
Michael Orr?
Present.
Ms. Peterson?
Here.
Ms. Salaji?
Present.
And the board chair is present finally. All right, item number 1 is consideration of resolution 202-40, a resolution declaring that the City of Franklin Municipal Planning Commission shall meet on April 23rd, 2020 and conduct its essential business by electronic means rather than being required to gather a quorum of the members physically present in the same location, because it is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of Tennesseans in the light of the COVID-19 outbreak. All right, are there any public comments on this item?
There are no public comments on this item.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Is there a second? Who seconded, please? Michael, was that you?
Yes.
Okay. All right, roll call vote. Marcia Allen.
Aye.
Oh, sorry, hold on one second. You ready? I'm sorry. No. There, not did. Okay, is everybody show the vote on the screen? We'll also still do the roll call. So Marcia, Mr. Franks?
Yes.
Mr. Harrison?
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay?
Aye.
Ms. McLemore?
Aye.
Mr. Orr?
Aye.
Mr. Peterson?
Aye.
Ms. Salaji?
Aye.
And chair votes aye. All right, the City of Franklin Municipal Planning Commission meeting will limit physical access in the meeting due to current limitations on public gatherings to prevent the spread of COVID-19 and to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the City of Franklin officials, staff, and citizens. Accommodations have been made to ensure that the public is able to participate in the meeting. Public may participate in the following ways: watch the meeting on Franklin TV or the City of Franklin website. Watch the live stream through the City of Franklin Facebook and YouTube accounts. Call 615-550-8420 to listen to the meeting or voice a comment during the public comment period. The public may email comments to planningintake@franklintn.gov to be read aloud during the meeting. Emailed comments will be accepted until 1 hour prior to the meeting. Limited viewing will be available in the lobby of City Hall to watch the live video. All right. Item number 2 would be our minutes for the March meeting. Do I have a motion?
Move for approval. Scott.
Second, Jenny.
All right, proper motion. Hold on one second. We'll do the roll call. Okay, Marcia Allen.
Aye.
Mr. Franks. Mr. Harrison.
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay.
Aye.
Ms. McLemore.
Aye.
Mr. Orr.
Aye.
Ms. Peterson? Ms.
Aye.
Peterson? Okay, thank you. Ms. Szilagyi?
Aye.
And board votes aye. Next item is to vote to place non-agenda items on the agenda. As I understand it, we don't have any items to consider. Is that correct?
That is
Okay,
correct.
thank you. All right, now we'll open up for citizen comments on items that are not on the agenda. This is the time when if you're listening out there, you want to give a comment to the planning commission on items not on the agenda. We will listen for those comments. Staff, any comments coming through?
No, there are no citizen comments on the phone line, and we did not receive any emailed comments prior to the meeting.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Lindsay, our vice chair, to take care of item number 3, which is our consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have a little bit of a procedural challenge here with this consent agenda. We will only do one consent agenda. And both our chairman, Chairman Hathaway, and Commissioner Harrison have need to recuse themselves from items on that agenda, and therefore will recuse themselves from all items on the agenda. So the vote for the consent agenda tonight will be for items, let me clarify. Item number 11 first is being deferred until the May meeting at the applicant's request for deferral. Item number 14 will be actually removed from the consent agenda by staff recommendation. So item 11 will remain on the consent agenda as a requested deferral by the applicant. Item 14 will come off of that consent agenda. So the vote will be for items 4 through 13 and items 15 and 16. So I need a motion for approval of the consent agenda. And I'll also say that I don't have the official tally list, so the staff, when we get to the vote, the staff will call the roll call vote. So I need a motion and a second for consent agenda.
Marcia, move for approval. And second.
Okay, thank you, Marcia, and Ann is a second on that. So staff will conduct the roll call vote for the consent agenda.
Are you ready, Amy? Okay. Marcia Allen,
Aye.
Jimmy Franks,
Aye.
Scott Harrison,
Recuse.
Roger Lindsay,
Aye.
Alma McLemore,
Aye.
Michael Orr,
Aye.
Ann Peterson,
Aye.
Jenny Szilagyi,
Aye.
Mike Hathaway, recused.
Okay, thank you. I will return control of the meeting over to Chairman Hathaway.
Thank you, Roger. Appreciate that. So we'll move to item number 14, which was pulled from the agenda. Long Point Center subdivision site plan, constructing 55,694 square feet of commercial real estate, a retail space on 6.49 acres located at Long Point Way and Carruthers Parkway. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak on this item?
We have had an email received regarding this item. It is a couple paragraphs, so just we did receive one email comment from a citizen. It is a little lengthy, so just bear with me as I read it. I'm flipping back and forth on one device as well, so I won't be able to see if you are trying to get my attention while I read it. Dear Planning Commissioners, I am on the Lockwood Glen. Oh, let me first start. This is from Brendan Bowles. Dear Planning Commissioners, I am on the Lockwood Glen HOA Board, and we wanted to send a comment to the Planning Commission and staff regarding the above referenced project, Long Point Center site plan, that is on the consent agenda for tonight. This commercial project is proposed to be constructed adjacent to the Echelon at Lockwood Glen neighborhood, and we sincerely appreciate the work of city engineering, fire, and planning staff related to the second point of access for the development that was proposed to connect to Aubrey Court. The 6-foot pedestrian path should be a benefit to our neighborhood and development. The HOA board has 5 comments for the Planning Commission to consider. The developer should install landscaping along the 6-foot pedestrian path to better provide a sense of place for the walkway. The additional landscaping that is being requested is consistent with other pedestrian paths on the proposed site plan. Number 2, the dumpsters for the development should be placed further away from the residential homes. We request that the developer work with the HOA board to evaluate potential alternative locations. Number 3, the tree line should be left in place and the developer be held responsible for any damage to the trees that occur during construction. There is a large heritage tree in close proximity to the proposed Building 5 dumpster that does not show up on the survey, site plan, or landscape drawings for this project. We request that the developer save this heritage tree. Number 4, the developer should install a traffic signal at the Long Point Lane Carruthers Parkway intersection to mitigate traffic impacts produced by the project. The projected delay after this project is completed for a westbound left turn lane onto Carruthers is over 800 seconds in the PM peak hour. That is over 13 minutes for a person to make a turning movement. This is not acceptable. Number 5, construction traffic for this project should not be allowed to enter or exit through the Echelon at Lockwood Glen neighborhood. Thank you for consideration of these items and for your service to our community. Brendan Bowles, 9003 Winlock Lane, Franklin, Tennessee.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone that is well, I guess first of all, we need staff report. Is there someone on the staff that wants to give us a report on this project?
Yeah, I think I'm unmuted. Yes, okay. This is a site plan for 56,694 square feet of commercial retail space between 6 separate buildings. It's got the associated parking, stormwater management, and landscaping. There is an incompatible land use buffer for the area that's next to existing residential. A final plat has been submitted for review that coincides with this site plan. Our major concern with this site plan has been working on that emergency access that has gotten worked out. And you heard the comments from the HOA on some other issues they have with the dumpsters and the additional landscaping. And I would have to defer to Jason on staff about the tree. I don't know anything about that.
All right, thank you. Is there someone representing the applicant that would like to speak? No? Okay, then we will.
I see no other comments. Sorry, I was just checking the email one last time.
No problem. So if there's no one representing the applicant, then I will entertain a motion.
Move for approval, Scott.
Second, Mike.
Excuse me, before we continue, can staff's recommendation was approval with conditions. I don't know if Commissioner Harrison may want to amend his motion.
I'd like to amend it. Recommend approval with staff conditions.
I'll still second it.
Okay, that's a proper motion. Then we will do the roll call vote if there's no discussion. I guess I should open for discussion. All this change is messing up my rhythm here, but Any comments from our commissioners? Ms. Peterson?
Does that mean recommendation for approval with staff conditions? Does that mean that we do not consider any of the conditions that were requested by the email?
At this point, the motion would not include any conditions from the email. Yes, ma'am. If you want to amend the main motion to consider any of those. I was muted the whole time I said all that. Sorry. So I basically said, no, ma'am, it does not include those. The motion just includes what is the recommendations from staff. If anybody wants to modify the main motion, then I will definitely entertain that.
I guess I would ask to, I would ask to amend to have staff work with, was it the Lockwood Glen Homeowners Association to see if any of these are possible to work out.
Okay, do I have a second for that that
I'll
amendment?
second that, Scott.
Okay, so moved and seconded. Any discussion on the amendment to the main motion? Seeing none, then we'll do I guess a roll call vote for the amendment. Marcia, Allen,
Aye.
Mr. Franks,
Aye.
Mr. Harrison,
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay,
Aye.
Ms. McLemore,
Aye.
Mr. Orr,
Aye.
Mr. Peterson, sorry, Mrs. Peterson.
Aye.
Ms. Peterson,
Aye.
okay, thank you. Ms. Szilagyi?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. So we're back to the main motion as amended. Any other discussion? Okay, roll call vote for the main motion as amended. Ms. Allen,
Aye.
Mr. Franks,
Aye.
Mr. Harrison,
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay,
Aye.
Ms. McLemore,
Aye, but I don't have the little green thing. I don't have the thing to vote manually.
okay, thank you. Mr. Orr,
Aye.
Ms. Peterson,
Aye.
Ms. Szilagyi,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. Motion passes. All right, item number 17, consideration of resolution 2020-39, a resolution to amend the note on the Parkway Commons plat that calls for closing the entrance on Columbia Avenue. Staff, any comments?
We have a couple of people on the line with us tonight. We have Assistant City Administrator Vernon Girth, as well as Staff Engineer Shahad, that may want to comment on this item.
Okay.
Thank you, Emily, and Chairman Hathaway and Planning Commissioners. Good to see you all. This has been an issue that we've been working on for better part of 2 years. And when the Parkways Commons was concept plan at the time was approved and platted, there's an entrance by the service station that was required to be removed when substantial completion of the then through the green property was developed. The developer of Parkway Commons and a couple of the major tenants, Kroger and Target, have asked that entrance stay open. And after multiple discussions and thinking about how Columbia Avenue will be improved in the future, our engineering team has determined that a right in, right out entrance into that part of the development would be appropriate. Therefore, the resolution you have before you this evening allows the note on the plat that calls for it to be removed to be changed, essentially, or an addendum to it, noting it's a write in and write out. And then we also have another resolution that'll be presented to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen at an upcoming meeting that acknowledges the change to their, essentially their development plan. Staff recommends approval.
All right, thank you. Any other staff comments? All right, then, is there any public comments on this item?
We do not have any public comments on this item.
Okay, thank you. Is there someone representing the applicant that wants to speak on this item? Is there a public applicant? Maybe not. Okay, then I will open it up for a motion.
Move for approval.
Roger?
Roger, we're going to give you this one.
Give it to Roger. That's good.
Get them on the minutes. All right,
Second, Michael Orr.
Michael, did you second it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, any comments? Any discussion?
Are both of these entrances then right in, right outs then?
They are not, but we are wanting to convert the north entrance into a right in, right out if this gets approved tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other comments? Any other comments?
Mike, I have a comment.
Yes, please.
So if you're at Kroger and you're going to Chick-fil-A, you just cut through the parking lot there and then you go out and you hit Columbia Avenue and you got to go right back towards McCatcher, right? The way I'm looking at it, the exhibits.
That, if I could, Chairman Hathaway, that is correct. Because of the proximity of that intersection to that signal, that was the primary reason why, understanding that delivery trucks leave that entrance or exit that provide goods to the Parkway Commons, the right in and right out will work, given the amount of traffic in that area. Now there is the other entrance further south that if somebody, as you said, went to the Burger King or Chick-fil-A, that could drive past the service station and then go out that entrance and head, which would be north on Columbia Avenue.
I see that now, Vernon. That makes a lot of sense right there. So it's a real safety thing because it is hard to get across the traffic when you have the ability to go down to the light either south or north. So yeah, that looks good.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments before we vote?
Yeah, I was just going to say, there is a signalized intersection on both sides of this. I mean, what, north and south is, I think what Jimmy said. Yeah, so it means you can get to a signalized intersection. Yes.
Great. Any other comments? All right, then we'll do the roll call. Marcia Allen,
Aye.
Mr. Franks,
Aye.
Mr. Harrison,
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay,
Aye.
Ms. McLemore,
Aye.
Mr. Orr,
Aye.
Mrs. Peterson.
Aye.
I'm going to get it right eventually. Ms. Salaji,
Aye.
and chair votes aye. Now I need a motion for adjournment unless there's other discussion.
So moved. Scott.
Second, Marcia.
All right. You ready for the final roll call? Ms. Allen?
Present.
President.
What do I say on this one? Bye.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Let me get my composure. Mr. Franks?
I do miss all of y'all. I wish we could get together soon.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Mr. Harrison?
I am by.
Mr. Lindsay?
Aye.
Ms. McLemore?
Aye.
Mr. Orr?
Aye.
Mrs. Peterson?
Aye.
And Mrs. Salaji?
Aye.
The chair votes to hang around for a little bit longer, so we're not gonna adjourn. No, I'm kidding. Voter votes aye, and we are adjourned. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.